You're listening to the Matuta podcast, bringing you the latest insights into transformational business, coaching, ABM, automated marketing, and AI solutions.
Hey, welcome to another edition of the Matuta Micro podcast. And today, a little bit different. We're going to talk about a computer game called Super Mario Brothers. And how Super Mario Brothers, if you think about the game, think about the essence of the game, how it is going to transform how you market your product. So we're going to talk a little bit about how it can supercharge your marketing, but specifically about why customers don't buy products, they buy a power-up. Okay. So the problem that most people have with marketing is we go into companies and they've got this great product and they love talking about the features and the specifications and the tools. We like talking about the product because that's what companies spend most of the time creating. So it's quite natural. Customers don't care about products. Tough thing to say, but it's true. No one wants a product. What they're actually looking for is they're looking for a solution to a problem. So they're thinking about, will this help me win? Will this help make my life easier? And will it solve my specific business problem? Let's go back to Super Mario, your favorite Nintendo character from the 80s. If you think about the original Super Mario Brothers games, you had a little plumber on a screen that was basically just trying to move from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. And as you move to the right, the screen scrolled and more of the level appeared, and there are going to be problems along the way. There's things you have to jump over. There's baddies that want to try and kill you. There are blocks that are hiding either power-ups or booby traps of some sort. And Super Mario, all he wants to do is just get to the end of the level and try and save Princess Peach. So think of Mario as your customer. He's a hero on a journey. He's facing obstacles. He's just trying to reach a goal. And in Mario's world, as we said, there's enemies, there's gaps, there's a time pressure, there's a clock in the corner, but there's a clear objective. He just wants to get from left to right. He wants to save the princess. Now think about the product that you have as a company, and let's say that is like the flower that's in Super Mario Brothers. And if you've never played the game before, if you bash certain blocks with your head, you can find a flower, which is just a little small flower that when you eat it, it makes Mario change. And this flower can represent your product, your service, or your solution. So companies, they promote the flower. They'll describe the flower. They'll optimize the flower. They'll add new features to the flower and make it all shiny, because that's what the companies care about. But customers don't. They care about the transformation. What does the flower do for you? In Super Mario Brothers, Mario eats the flower and he then grows. He becomes twice as big. He becomes more powerful. He can defeat the enemies. He can progress faster. So the value to your customer isn't the flower at all. Mario doesn't care about the flower. In fact, in Super Mario Brothers, it's quite dangerous to get a flower. You have to go out of your way. You have to maybe take a risky jump that could kill you. But when you do find the flower, you turn into Fire Mario. And that's the value. So let's have a quick recap of that. Features can justify decisions, but the outcome creates the desire. And if you can create the desire, then you've earned the right to talk about the features, but you can't go the other way around. If you're a company and you're trying to market a product and you're talking about the features, you're not going to win. No one cares. You can have the shiniest product in the world. No one cares. But if you start talking about how that product is going to help you, suddenly you've got their attention and you've earned the right to then say why it's going to help you. Let's go into the features. So let's remember, your customer is Mario. The thing that you sell is your flower, and that makes the big Fire Mario. But the flower isn't your product. It's the Fire Mario, the person who's jumping higher, the one that can defeat the enemies. That's your product. That's what you need to remember to sell. So we need to reframe the messages. We can go from saying, we offer powerful analytical software. It's quite a common thing you see. But no one cares about that because lots of companies can create powerful analytical software. But if we reframe that to make confident decisions faster, that's going to help out. That's showing a little bit of fire. You could say that our app has 47 features, and that's wonderful, but no one cares. No one cares. But what they do care about is if you could reframe that to say, like, see your problems before they cost you money. Feel in control of your business. If you start to sell a solution, a feeling, then you've got the attention. Then you can start talking about the cutting edge technology and the features and all this kind of stuff. So it's quite easy. We can identify the obstacle. So what's stopping your customers buy your product? What's stopping the customers from being the best customer? Name your flower. So what's the thing that you sell? What's the product? Define the fire. So what changes after your customer uses your product? How's it making them feel? How's it making their work life easier for them? Now sell that fire. Lead with the transformation. Support with the product. So look at some examples. Ferrari. What's their flower? Well, Ferrari's flower is a car. A beautiful car, a loud car, a flashy car, but that's not what they sell. What they actually sell is a piece of art. Maybe if you buy a certain type of Ferrari, it may be an investment. You're buying a status symbol. Like if you want to get to the shops, if you want to get to A to B, you can do it in a Ferrari, but you're going to have to go pretty slowly because of all the potholes on the road and the traffic conditions. It's not the best way to get to the shops. It's not the best way to travel in a Ferrari, but it might be enjoyable because of the way it makes you feel. And it's the way a Ferrari makes you feel that they sell. Ferrari always talk about the soul and the passion of the company. They never talk about how reliable their cars are. They never talk about how their engineering makes the most reliable engines and the quietest sound cabin, the quality of the stereo. They don't talk about the features because no one cares. People care about how that car makes them feel. That's what their product is. That's what their fire is. An example that I use on pretty much a daily basis is the UK flag carrier airline, British Airways. If you go to their website, which I encourage you to do right now, it's ba.com. Their flower is a seat on a plane. They have a fleet of planes that they fly all around the world, and you might be able to buy a packet of crisps and some peanuts and a can of fizzy drink on the plane, but their bread and butter product is a seat on a plane going from A to B. But they don't promote that on their website anywhere. If you look on their website, you'll be hard pushed to find a picture of a plane or a seat. What they actually sell, and they are better than any company I've ever seen at doing this, their fire is a New York skyline. It's a beach. It's a meal with family that lives far away. It's connecting people. And if you go on their website, I'm just having a quick look through now. There is a picture of a plane right at the bottom in the footer of their website. But all their pictures are of skylines. It's of Istanbul. It's of New York. It's of Los Angeles. They're selling the dream of what their product can do for you. No one wants to sit on an airplane. It's not a pleasant experience most of the time. You're just sitting there boxed in with a bunch of people around you while you're being propelled through the sky at stupid miles an hour, getting to a destination. But the beach at the end of it, that's the product. So take 60 seconds to yourself and think about what the flower is of your company and what obstacles your customer faces and what's the fire that they gain. And if you can rewrite all your messages to be going from product descriptions to transformational promises, you'll see a big increase in how people actually think about your product and the inbound marketing that you see. That's all from me from this week. Enjoy yourselves. Contact me. Leave me a review of this podcast if you liked it. And I'll be back again next week with another podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Matuta podcast, bringing you the latest insights into transformational business, coaching, ABM, automated marketing, and AI solutions. If you liked this episode, please like, rate, and share.